We are definitely live, my friends, and we apologize from last week. Debacle, not only on the mic, okay, but we already covered the NFL, but prime time. We will talk about our recap of our primetime picks there, guys, where we did pretty good. And there is right there below our overall record. Shannon Mack is joined me with, of course, the wise man. Gentlemen, how are you?
How's it going?
What's up?
Let's get started. But before, again,
sporting my Detroit Tigers jersey, hoping they can pull off.
Yeah.
They're in a battle right now.
Yeah.
AL Central.
Yeah, nobody wants it. Nobody wants it in baseball. Let's just be honest. Nobody wants that.
Yeah. They're up 3-1 against the Sox right now. Sox.
Good. I don't like the Sox. And I did predict, Shano. I said the Yankees about 3 weeks, a month ago at plus 185. Giddy up to make the playoffs. I told you. The Yankees pulled through.
Been there. I remember that.
Yes. Pulled through.
I bet I was with you.
Thanks to Glory Days for hosting us last week. Hey, we may need to go back.
That burger looked good that you were.
I know.
The burgers are always good. They have really good burgers. The burgers are good and the wings are good.
But the great thing is, I don't want to get our friend Ryan in trouble, but someone didn't want the cheese fries there, Shano, and you like gobbled it up.
Yeah, he brought them to me. He's like, I was like, I didn't order these, and he's like, yeah, somebody that didn't want them. I was like, oh, sweet, I'll take them. Yeah. I mean, otherwise, they're probably just throwing it away anyways, right? So he's going to say, might as well somebody enjoy them. Exactly.
And we had our young intern last week. He was live with us, and he was happy. He had some wings. He had some wings there. Yeah. Good for him. I'm going to go first here on the Big 12 because my first game is at 9 o'clock. I just posted it on X. And I'm, of course, referring to the TCU Arizona State game. Now, based on this, again, they're strong programs. Let's not step away from that, but differently styled quarterbacks all around. Arizona State has slightly the edge because they're playing at home on a short week for TCU. So, that being said, the game literally comes down to who can stop their other's biggest strength. In this case, the edge seems to go to TCU's offense and Josh Hoover, who's playing about an elite level at his position. But there are some flaws in Arizona State's defense, as we saw when they played Baylor last week there, Shano. But while ASU home field advantage and run game will keep them in it, I think TCU does have a chance. And they have some explosive playmakers. But this is going to be a close one, very close. So I'm going to go with the books have it at Arizona State. I saw it. They opened at -2. I was thinking -2.5, but then I'm like, I'm going to play it safe. And I went with Arizona State money line at -128. So that's what I'm going to go with for my first Big 12 pick. But again, these passing plays giving them a higher ceiling for scoring. I can see the experts are leaning towards TCU, but I think Arizona State at home, this is going to be close.
I like that bet. That's a good one. I know a lot of people are on the Horned Frogs too, so I think it is going to be close. I wouldn't trust the spread either.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably go over, but the over was at 55.5 now. If you got it at 53 earlier in the week, I would definitely hopped on it, but now I don't know. So that's my first pick here in the Big 12. Let's go with, of course, Shano Mack. Shano, which one did you want to go first here? ACC or SEC? Excuse me.
Let's do SEC first.
SEC. Here we go. Let me get the specs on.
I'm looking at Tennessee at Mississippi State.
Yes.
Tennessee at Mississippi State, okay?
Yes.
at the beginning of the year, I don't think I'd actually would ever see this pick or pick this pick. But Mississippi State is shocking people. They did not last year. They did not have one win against a Power 4 conference team, right? That's crazy.
Right.
And this year they already had a huge upset against Arizona State. Crowd rushed the field, all that stuff. We talked about that. The school got charged fined $500,000 because of it, right? Tennessee's coming in. Tennessee's ranked 15th in the nation. They're 3-1. Their only loss is coming to Georgia in overtime. So I mean that's a pretty solid loss. But this is their first road game of the year. Very first road game of the year, right? Tennessee as a program has lost 7 of its last 11 road games. Their quarterback this year, Joey Aguilar, he played at Appalachian State last year. And he threw at least 1 interception in every road game last year that he played. Most games he threw multiple interceptions. Mississippi State's defense is averaging about 2 turnovers a game at home this year and about 1.7 or so for the season overall. In a loud, crazy environment with cowbells. Have you guys ever seen the Mississippi State game? They have like cowbells like banging around the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mississippi State's going to win, but I think they cover. So I'm taking Mississippi State Bulldogs plus 7.5.
It's at +8, Shano, at -113 at Bet Rivers. I'll go in with you. Bet Rivers +8, -113. So I'll do a half a unit on this. Do a half a unit. All right. So that's locked in. But before we get to the wise man's pick, an update in the Florida State, my Seminoles, taking on, those guys in University of Virginia. It's now tied 21-all. And they were down 14-0. But we can't bet in Virginia. So, I'm just saying. Killing me, bro.
The over is definitely hitting in this game. That's what it's telling me right now.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Virginia?
No, we can't bet Virginia teams.
You can't bet on Virginia college teams.
Oh, yeah.
You can't bet on Virginia college teams, yeah.
In New York, you can't bet on New York teams if they're home. But if they're away, you can.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Bet on home or away.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of...
That's a little weird, too.
That is definitely...
home or away. Like if Virginia was... This game's in Charlottesville, so that would make sense for you guys, too. But even if it was at Florida State, we still couldn't bet on them.
I was on UVA on this +7.
Yeah, when it opened up, I saw the line. I was like, why is Florida State only -6.5? Then I dig a little deeper. I saw the quarterback was banged up and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah.
My Seminoles will pull it out. I'm telling you, my Seminoles will pull it out. No, I wanted to go live. They're down 14-0, right? And then I wanted to go live. We do a live bet. But
yeah, because I'm sure you would get Florida State plus some points there, and I would definitely take that.
Oh, easy. But I would have taken Florida State money line. Yeah. But that's me. Let's go with you, my friend. Welcome, wise man. Which a huge. It was over after the kickoff. The Indiana game last week. Oh, we were there, and there was a. Who did Indiana play?
Illinois.
Oh, there was an Illinois fan. Remember this, Shano? And he was pissed. He left after 5 minutes. Like, I'm out.
Was he obnoxious or?
No. He was cool.
No.
They're all.
He was very upset.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that guy.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's jumped the shark.
Yeah. Hey, business is business. Sorry.
Yep. Indiana look good.
So what say you, my friend?
What say me? Okay, here we go. For my first pick, I think I'm going out west to one of the best tailgating environments in college football. I'm talking about the University of Washington.
Yeah.
You see they got that lake out there? And
the Dubs.
Out tailgating on boats. Never been out there. I need to go. It's a bucket list thing. I mean, it looks amazing. And so out there we have Ohio State. 3:30 start time.
Yep.
Ohio State, the Buckeyes,
yep.
going up against Washington.
Yep.
Ohio State's favored. I think the most common line I'm seeing is 8.5.
Yep.
But I saw it just a little while ago at 9.5. So I'll take that extra point at Bet Rivers 9.5. I don't know if that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, I see 9.5 for Washington.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, plus 9.5. Washington plus 9.5.
Yep. At -110.
Yep. And so listen, Ohio State, number 1 ranked team in the country. They're 3-0, 2-1 against the spread this season. Games against Texas, Grambling, and Ohio, all wins. listen, that Texas game was a big win, week 1, but that win is looking worse and worse the more Texas struggles. I don't think it's getting that win looks as good as it once did. Washington also 3-0, 2-1 against the spread. Last week they beat their in-state rivals in the Apple Cup, Washington State. But get this, Washington has won 22 straight home games. So I'm not predicting Washington to pull the upset here, but I am going to take the points. Give me Washington plus 9.5 for 3 main reasons. The difficulty traveling out west for Big Ten teams. Here's a fun fact for you.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Big Ten expansion, the last time the traditional Big Ten teams won out west in a non-conference regular season game. So this is the original Big Ten prior to expansion.
Right.
Last time they won out west in the regular season, 1978. Since expansion in 2024, teams traveling from Central Time Zone and Eastern Time Zone out west, 3-13. So the travel, it's a brutal spot. That's going to hinder Ohio State. Washington has a great running game. They're going to be able to run the ball, grind the clock down. Their running game is 9th in the country. They're averaging 6 yards per carry. Lead running back, Johanna Coleman, with 9 TDs already. Their second leading rusher on the team is their QB, Devin Williams. He's a dual threat quarterback. As I said, he's second on the team in rushing. Last year he ran for a touchdown. So second reason, solid running game that I think will be able to run over the Ohio State defense. Third reason why I'm picking them, Matt Patricia as Ohio State's defensive coordinator. I mean, next to Marty Morningwig and Matt Millen, he's the worst thing to ever happen to the Detroit Lions organization. Just an abysmal record. And so I'm not trusting this Ohio State defense. I'm not trusting Matt Patricia. He can take his Ticonderoga number 2 pencils and stick them somewhere else other than behind his ear. Give me Washington plus 9.5.
Can we add a fourth one? The Dubs. I love that dog.
Yeah.
The Huskies are. Oh, the Dubs is the man, dude. I like the Dubs. All right, but here's the thing.
It's a solid pick there. I like it.
I like it. So I went with you on there, Wise Man. But you know what? If you do bet Rivers, I get a 10% bonus. So it's at even money.
Okay.
Winner, chicken dinner. Shano, you're up. Let's go with. Where do you want to go here now? ACC?
I'll go to the ACC.
Yeah, my friend.
Georgia Tech comes in ranked 16th in the nation. They got wins over Colorado, Gardner-Webb, Clemson, and Temple. They're 4-0. Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons, are 2-1. They beat up Kennesaw State, Western Carolina, and they lost to NC State, and they lost by 10 points. Georgia Tech, they are not the same team on the road as they are at home. So at home, they're beating teams by 23.5 points. On the road, it's at round 7. So it's not the same team on the road. They're playing at Wake Forest. Wake Forest, all their games are close. They like to run the ball. Georgia Tech likes to run the ball a lot. Georgia Tech's always run the ball. Wake Forest is coming off a bye week, so they've also had an extra week to prepare here. So I think it's a big spread at plus 14 for Wake Forest.
Right.
So I'm taking Wake Forest plus the points, plus 14.
Again, at Bet Rivers, plus 14 for Wake. And then, guys, you can get that. It's a noon game. So at minus 114, or minus 112, excuse me, but I add a little 10%, and I get it at minus 103. So we'll do that.
There we go.
Not bad. All right.
Yeah, I think it's just too big of a point spread. I think Georgia Tech wins, but I think it's going to be like by 10. I think it's going to be like,
right.
34-24, something like that.
Right. All right, I'm up with my. This is personal for me, and when it comes to this school, I don't like them at all because everything I see, I don't even have my keys. They always do that little first down. It's so stupid. Anyway, I'm referring to, of course, West Virginia, and I'm going to take Utah Utah. Here's the problem with West Virginia. West Virginia has a backup quarterback. It's probably going to be starting. And Utah has a pretty good defense, and they're really pissed from last week. I cannot believe they just totally, the bed against Texas Tech last week. So like I said, the backup quarterback likely is going to start. Their third down conversion rate being one of the worst in the nation. They rank 132nd. Utah's highly ranked defense is poised for a bounce-back performance, especially when they took on Texas Tech. I think they bounce back big. I've got these guys. If you compare the Utah's offense and West Virginia's defense, the rushing attack led by Dampier, which I thought he would show up last week. He got kind of shot down, but you can't really blame him for a lot of the missed drop passes as well in that game. This, of course, I'm looking at maybe a 30-14 victory for Utah, for the Utes, or 27-13. But I think Utah's defense is the difference maker, especially if they control the line of scrimmage. They force key turnovers with an inexperienced West Virginia offense. So give me West Virginia -6.5. I'm going to go 2-unit play here, Shano. -6.5, Utah -6.5 over first down, whatever. West Virginia, Morgantown, those clowns over there.
You want to talk about a party school? That's a party school out there. West Virginia.
Yeah, but I mean, is that even?
What else to do?
Yeah, sure.
But West Virginia, is that even an accredited school? Let's be honest. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Whoa. Did I mess up here? I did mess up. Hold on. What did I pick? I thought I sent it to you, Shane. I didn't say -6.5.
That's what you sent me.
No, I sent -9.5, I thought.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Hold
I'll put on there
on.
whatever you told me.
I know. Hold on. That's what happens when you get old. -9.5 at -110. It's gone up to -12.5 now. Ooh, it's still a lot. That's still a lot. But I got it in, Chano, at -9.5, courtesy of our friends over at FanDuel. So I got it in.
You did send me -9.5. I must have just had a typo there.
Yeah. No. That's my mistake. I said 6.5 on the record, but it is -9.5.
Yeah, it's 12.5 now.
Yep. Yep, that's what I did. Winner. Courtesy of our friends at FanDuel. So, again.
Speaking of other schools that I hate,
Yeah.
can I just give you a nugget?
Yeah.
I went golfing today.
Yeah.
I went out by myself.
Look at this guy.
So I'm in the cart, and the guy who's riding in the cart, I don't know him. I'm just
Sure.
comes up. He's like, "Oh, you a Sparty?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "'Cause I have a Michigan State head cover on my driver."
Sure.
And he's like, I'm a Wolverine. I'm like, oh my god. Then he's like, yeah, I played football in the 1997 national championship team. And I'm like, you didn't win the national championship. You shared it with Nebraska that year. And we're going back and forth. I'm like, I need another guy to ride in this cart with. We're not going to do this all day. Just garbage Michigan people. Now he was actually a very nice guy, but yeah, he was on the 1997 national championship team. So,
but wait a minute. Did he? Is he a subscriber?
No, but I talked to him. I mentioned the channel. So
Okay.
He's gonna tune in. He was a very nice guy. I mean,
Okay.
The majority of Wolverine fans are garbage.
Yes.
But, he wasn't too bad.
All right. Here's the question of the day. Okay, for you there, wise man. And I know your wife very well, and I hope she's doing well.
He's fantastic.
Great. What if she graduated, like you didn't know until afterwards? Wolverine, like she got her master's or whatever, Is it, that's it? You're done.
Divorce City.
Divorce.
She helped me, hid that from you all these years, and it came out.
No way. I mean, listen, I would be able to sniff out a Wolverine pretty quickly. I mean, they're just socially awkward. They're
Right.
arrogant. So I mean, I wouldn't associate. I would never date someone.
So that's red flag for you.
Red flag. Oh,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Wow. What about you, Shano? Because mine was JMU, but she told me after I gave her the ring. Hey, by the way, I went to JMU. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Mine went to GNU, so I mean, it's not like a huge.
Exactly.
I really don't have a favorite college team. I just love college sports.
Right.
Like my real favorite college team is Georgetown, but that's for basketball, and they suck at basketball now. So,
Right.
for college football, I really don't have a team. My favorite growing up was Florida State,
But
and that was mainly because I was a Redskins fan, and they were both Indian type, similar colors and all that
Right.
stuff.
But they're-
Growing up in the DC area, there's not really a good college football program to latch onto.
but you wouldn't hate.
I played college football, but I didn't play the D1 level, so it's not like I'm gonna root for them really. So I really don't have a college favorite team.
But
If my wife was a Cowboys fan, there's no way that would happen.
Really? Okay. But what about like you hate? Is there a college school that you hate that you don't like?
Oh yeah, this college school I hate, like Duke, can't stand that.
Yeah.
but it's mostly basketball. I don't have a hatred for football teams.
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
more like basketball related.
Interesting. All right. So final question there.
There's another one. I picked them last week to beat Clemson, but Syracuse basketball I hate. Back in the day, that was like a huge Georgetown rival.
All right. So let me get a little specific here now. When it comes to kids, if your kid gets accepted to Michigan, are you signing the checks there, Wiseman?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What if they get a full ride? That's the only school offering a full ride is Michigan.
He'll have to move out of the house. Absolutely. I mean, don't come back on Christmas break. Don't come back on summer break. Absolutely not.
Wow. No. If my kid goes to Duke, yeah, we're done. I'm just, yeah, don't come back. I agree. Yeah. UNC, but yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
You can draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, I can live with JMU, but they're nice folks over at JMU, but when it comes to, the D word, no. I just drop your stuff right there on right there in the parking lot. Or, as a matter of fact, I'll drop it off at UNC on their campus, and then you could walk 8 miles down the road. Okay? And yeah, I'm not stepping foot on that crap. Anyway, we're having too much fun. All right, Wiseman, we've been picking on you, so we'll pick on you for the last pick for Big Ten.
Fantastic. So for my last pick, I'm going out to Happy Valley. We got number 6 Oregon taking on number 3 Penn State under the lights. This is a whiteout game. It's a rematch of last year's Big Ten title game. This one's going to be a barn burner. I can't wait for it. Penn State, they're favored 3.5. I think that's the consensus there.
Yep.
Penn State 3-0, but listen to this. They're 0-3 against the spread. Haven't played. They played Nevada, FIU, Villanova. Not a tough schedule, but they were off last week, so they're coming off a bye. They've been focused on this game all summer, basically. This game has been circled. Oregon, 4-0 as well, 3-1 against the spread. They haven't played anyone either. Their combined record of their opponents 4-10. So, listen, I'm going with Penn State here. You can't go against them on a whiteout game. I mentioned Penn State 0-3 against the spread. It's got to be killing James Franklin. I mean, he's one of these coaches who we know cares about the spread.
Right.
He knows what the spreads are. We see him do crazy, outlandish things at the end of the game, like throwing up 20 so he can cover spreads. So he cannot be happy that he's 0-3 against the spread. He's going to cover this for all the alumni who are going to be putting money down on Penn State. And listen, Penn State, they should be able to run the ball against Oregon. Oregon's 41st in the country against the run. Penn State's going to have the two-headed monster, probably the best combo running backs in the country, and Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Penn State's QB, Drew Aller, he having a nice season, hasn't had to do much. He hasn't played anyone. So I think this is they take the the governor off, and he's able to start to spread the field a little bit. Oregon's offense, they're led by UCLA transfer QB Dante Moore. He's been good, 75% completion on his passes. He has 2 good receivers, but one of them's a true freshman. They haven't experienced anything like what they're going to experience Saturday night under the lights in Happy Valley. So this is a big step up in competition. And listen, Penn State also has a strong defense, 2nd in points allowed, 12th in passing defense. If teams get into the red zone, they're 4th in red zone efficiency in the country. So I think Penn State controls the tempo. They've covered in 9 straight whiteout games. So let's make it 10. Give me Penn State -3.5.
Very nice breakdown by the wise man. Shano, you're up with the last 2 picks, my friend.
All right, I'm heading back to the SEC, and we're heading to Athens, not Greece, Georgia. Athens, Georgia. We got
Argo.
Yeah, Alabama.
Love that dog.
At Georgia, always a big game. Always a big game every single year, right?
Yeah.
Alabama at Georgia. Okay, this is especially big because both teams are coming off a bye week. So both teams, extra week to prepare for each other. I expect a full-on out battle. I can't wait for this game, right? Alabama at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama comes into the game ranked 17th in the nation. They're 2-1. They beat Louisiana Monroe in Wisconsin. They lost to Florida State. Florida State beat them 31-17. That was in Tallahassee.
That is true.
Remember that.
Yes, I do remember.
Okay, so Georgia's 6th in the nation. They're 3-0. Their toughest game was against Tennessee, their last game, and they won in overtime. And but the thing I took away from that is I think Gunnar Stockton took a huge step forward in his progression. He looked a lot better. He had 342 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he made some huge plays under pressure, and especially when he needed to come back to win that game
right
in overtime. I think that Tennessee game makes the Bulldogs a more battle-tested team, right? Bama's loss to FSU doesn't look that bad now, but they really haven't played anybody since then. Crazy stat here, though. Alabama has beaten Georgia 9 of the last 10 times they've played. However, most of those were on neutral sites. And Georgia currently has the longest home winning streak in college football, where they have 33 straight wins at home, at their home stadium. 33 straight home wins, which is crazy. That's a crazy thing, right? The other factor I have going into this is Alabama they're not the same team at home. They lost to Florida State this year at the very first week, game of the week, the game of the year. And under their new head coach since Saban left, the Crimson Tide has lost 4 of the past 5 road games there. So I'm taking Georgia -2.5. Give me the Bulldogs. I took the Mississippi State Bulldogs plus the points. I'm taking these Bulldogs minus the points.
A lot of Bulldogs there. I like it.
All Bulldogs.
I like it.
Bulldogs.
Just do like a whole dog parlay.
Now, do you remember, Shano, that we lost by the kicker, remember? Or no, we won. It was -2.5.
The Georgia-Tennessee game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was -2.5.
Yeah.
So we got that one. This is at -2.5 as well on most books. Some are bumping up to 3 already, I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, -2.5, I'm taking Georgia. I do expect a very close game, though, especially with both teams coming off a bye. They both had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, so it's going to be a battle for sure.
All right, my friend, -2.
I Kirby Smart over Alabama's head coach.
So you have -2.
More.
You have -2.5 on that, and then you have your final ACC pick.
Final ACC pick. We're going to Syracuse. I just talked about them earlier, about how I hate them in basketball. They had a big win last week against Clemson. I projected that one. They were underdogs by 17.5 points. I said that was way too much, and they ended up winning and upsetting Clemson. Right? They're playing Duke. So Duke at Syracuse, your favorite school there.
Yeah.
JoeDaFan.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking at the over-under. The over-under is set at 59.5 points. That's a lot of points. Both these teams their defenses aren't that great, so I can see why it's that high. But the reason why I'm taking the under is if their Syracuse's starting quarterback was still in the game, I would think that would probably be close to hitting. But the problem is that he's out for the season. Steve Angeli, he tore his Achilles last week against Clemson, so he is out. This is going to be his first ever start, and I don't see them scoring 60 total points. So I'm going under 59.5. Like I said, if he was playing, it would be close to hitting, but I still think that's a really high number. So I'm going under 59.5.
A lot of books have under 59.5 at minus 110. Bet365, Bet Rivers, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, the whole 9 yards. I like that pick. I'll go in with you on that.
It's surprising even that. The book opened up, I think, at 61.5. So it's moved down 2 points since then.
Yeah.
I jumped on it when I saw 61.5, like right away. And then like slowly as it's moved, it's starting to come down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of points, especially when you're having a guy coming in for his very first start. I don't see it getting that high.
Yeah. Struggle. All right, guys, let's recap. I will go first because my game is starting about right now as we speak. It is, of course, the Arizona State game taking on TCU. I've got Arizona State money line at minus 128. And then the school that I really don't like is, of course, West Virginia. I took Utah minus 9.5. I would even say they're now at minus 12.5. That's a lot. I would probably wait, and they're probably going to go down to minus 12. If you get in minus 12, I probably would take that as well. But that's pushing it. All right, Wiseman?
Yep, I'm going Penn State, covering minus 3.5 against Oregon in Happy Valley, whiteout game. And then Washington, plus 9.5. They're going to put it to Ticonderoga, number 2, Pencil, Matt Patricia. In Ohio State.
Oh, man. Shano?
All right, ACC, I'm going Duke, Syracuse, under 59.5. And then I'm taking the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest, plus 14 against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And then in the SEC, I'm taking Mississippi State, plus 7.5. They're home against Tennessee. And then I am also taking the Georgia Bulldogs, who is home against Alabama Crimson Tide. I have one more lean. I didn't want to make this my official bet, but it's a big game, and I feel like I should talk about it, right? And it's LSU. So LSU is playing this week. And it's LSU versus Ole Miss, both top 10 teams. I didn't want to make like an official pick there, but I'm kind of leaning LSU money line. I'm going to put a little pizza on that. I'm not putting a full unit on it, but it should be a close game. One stat I saw is just that Ole Miss, they've been putting up a lot of points, but the highest defensive ranking team they faced was 85th in the country out of the 3 games they played. They've already. That's the highest. That's the best defense they've faced so far. Is they were ranked 85th in the country. So that's a little scary to me for LSU. Who they're going to go in there to play LSU, and LSU is like a top 10 defense in the league. And again, in college football, so
right,
that's a little extra lean. If you're looking at that, I'm looking at LSU to beat Ole Miss. Just a quick lean.
Nice. All right, well that ends our week 5 of college football picks. Unless Wiseman, you have a lean, or did you jump on live on this Florida State game?
No, I had Virginia to start out.
Okay.
I was on UVA.
Okay.
Listen, I was intrigued by, Illinois, USC going to Illinois coming off that dreadful performance, but maybe now is the time to jump on them.
Yeah.
Let's buy low there. So I don't know, but I didn't want to touch it. And then Indiana at Iowa.
Yeah, I took that too.
So,
I took Indiana minus 7.5.
Yeah. I mean, Sparty's not in action. Sparty's on a bye. So, I mean, it can't be a true Big Ten week with Sparty not playing. So
it seems like Sparty's been on a bye for a few weeks.
Well,
just saying. Or maybe a few seasons. I'm just saying.
It hasn't been good.
Oh, man. All right. Well, listen, we're going to jump off here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll release the picks, our official picks of 8 plays later on YouTube. And again, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really helps out the channel, guys. We'll see you next week. Good luck to everybody. And again, just win bets, baby. See you. Have a good night. See you later.